It's time for Friday Night Flights, sponsored by Bayport Credit Union, Hercules Fence, Tidewater Community College, and Smith & Key.
It's the final Friday of what's been a beautiful month of October. Chopper 10 on a gorgeous fall evening, taking in the sights at First Colonial High School in Virginia Beach. The Patriots hosting undefeated Green Run. First quarter, Green Run back with the ball. Kassan Farrar, short little pass out to Jaden Anderson, weaves his way through the defense, and he's in there for the score. Still in the first. Farrar, this time, going to hand it off to their workhorse back, Charles Jackson. He's at the 50. All of a sudden, he's up the sideline. He has a lot of ground to cover, but he's the man for the job. Tight ropes the sideline, and he's in for the score, 14-0. Go to the second quarter. Farrar working the play action. Going to look for his main target again. Anderson, the Virginia Tech commit, going to catch it and run it in for another score, fourth score of the night. That made it 28-0. Green Run rolls to a 9-0 record. All right, welcome into the show. I'm Craig Loper. He is James Catato. James, we're talking week 9 of the high school football season right tonight. We had some games that basically put some teams on a direct path towards their respective district championships.
Absolutely, like this one. You cannot understate the importance of this game. A massive implication in the Southeastern District. Undefeated Kings Fork taking on undefeated Oscar Smith.
Here we go, our game of the week tonight. Let's check the highlights. Homecoming at Smith. So you know the Tiger Cage entrance was going to be even crazier than it already is. Pick it up. First quarter, no score. Lonnie Andrews surveying the field. Throw it to number 1. That was that play call right there. 40 yards to Travis Johnson. Tigers up 7-0. Sort of the beginning to a frustrating night for Kings Fork and head coach Anthony Joffrion. Wouldn't get much better. Still in the first. Andrews looking to pass, rolls right, can't find anyone, scrambles for the first and goal opportunity. Next play, BJ Nesbitt, direct snap near the goal line. He's unstoppable. 14-0, Oscar Smith. Tigers dominating early. It was a long quarter for Kings Fork. Back at it again. Andrews takes off with his feet again. This time finishes the job for the 60-yard score, 21-0. How about the defense now for Oscar Smith? Kings Fork inside the red zone looking to pass. Picked off in the end zone by Chris Johnson the second. That's a touchback. Go to the third. Tigers on offense. Guess who? Andrews, James. Look at that.
Yeah.
Corner of the end zone.
Gorgeous.
To Johnson. Those guys will be playing on Saturdays. Oscar Smith wins tonight 27-12.
This game meant a lot to me because it was probably like my first or second very big game as a freshman last year, and we came out and lost. But this game, coming back and getting this dub, it means a lot to me and the team. We talked about this all week. We talked about going 8-0. We literally rep that every day. So it's just a great feeling. I love these guys. They just like brothers to me.
Next week, Smith hosts Hickory. Kings Fork takes on Deep Creek. All right, heading back to the Beach District where we had a good one between Salem and Cox.
Yeah, I was at this one. Both teams coming in with identical 6-1 records, and another thing the Sun Devils and the Falcons have in common, both of their lone losses coming to Green Run on the season. Big game feel tonight. The Falcons fans showed out as they always do. Great coaching matchup tonight, too, between Tyler Noe and Mark Hall III. We got there in the third quarter. Cox up 28-14. Scooter Williams picked off by Kai Reigard. Folks, Reigard's only a sophomore. That plus the extra point put the Falcons up 35-14, but the Sun Devils would respond. Here's Scooter to Fabian Wells.
Nice pass. Wow.
Gorgeous pass right in a bucket to Wells. 14-point game. Salem recovers the onside kick. Who do they give it to? It's Willie Moore, who powers his way into the end zone, and just like that,
took out the ref.
He juked out the ref. It's 35-28. The Sun Devils already made a huge stop. Would they make another, potentially tie the game? Max Palmerton, QB1, the captain, had other plans for the Falcons. Breaking tackles, gets into the end zone. A huge touchdown, gives Cox some breathing room. Salem needing an answer, backed up deep in their own territory from kickoff. Scooter surveying his options on fourth down, airs it out.
Whoa.
This is a big one. 50-50, no good. Palmerton will get the ball back after a turnover on downs. He would add some insurance. He was incredible tonight. Cox with a colossal beach win over Salem. Final score 49-35.
You know what time it is.
A surging Kempsville, winners of 3 straight, told me they were looking to crash the party at Tallwood and spoil the Lions senior night. They definitely got off to a hot start in the first. The Chiefs defense getting the Lion quarterback Jacob Rojas, forcing the ball loose. It's picked up by Lahai Masakai, the lineman, getting speedy down the sideline.
Okay.
A fumble recovery, touchdown, 7-0 Kempsville. Tallwood answered back a few minutes later. Rojas, he can flat out throw the football. The bullet to Brandon Church. One-handed grab. Extra point, no good. Listen, Tallwood put up a fight in this one, but the Chiefs in a second half offensive effort would push them to the 21-18 win. They're now winners of 4 straight.
All right, Eastern District action. Maury averages 56 points per game. The undefeated Commodores in action against Norview. First possession of the game for Maury, Tori Newkirk. I mean, this is just automatic, right? 7-0 to LeBron Bond. Just like that, the Maury defense then gets relentless. CJ Smith, the big hit on the Norview quarterback. Commodores come up with the sack. They're dangerous. Go to the first quarter still. Maury back on offense. Newkirk, watch this. And when you give him this much time, he can throw a pass. I mean, that's a tight spiral. Beautiful. That put Maury up 14-0, just like that. Second quarter, Newkirk rolling out again, right into the hands of Elijah Moss. Another Commodores score. Maury remains undefeated and rolls to the 83-6 win against the Pilots.
Undefeated Granby against Norcom Comets in an unfamiliar position. They trailed 6-0 at half. Third quarter, Granby going for the big play. Deshaun Redden to Iman Cuffey, battling for extra yards, but the Norcom defense just trying to poke the ball loose. Greyhounds force the fumble.
Oh my goodness.
Antoine Merritt comes up with it, and that's a little return to boot it too. Fourth quarter, time running out for Granby here. Comets go to Dre Tharrington in the Wildcat. Tharrington, the big first down. Then it's going to be
hard for them.
Yes, he does. A lot of hard runners on this Granby team. Then a direct snap to Shanique Wright to the house. Granby's first score of the game, and it was huge. Tied at 6 with 4 minutes to go. Granby needing the extra point to take the lead. Francisco Forsaca drills it. Granby with the come from behind 7-6 win. Big time. Comets remain undefeated.
How about that game? 7-6. Southeastern District, Nansemond River going from Suffolk to Chesapeake to take on Grassfield. First quarter, Tavon Douglas, our player of the week this week, airing it out to Calvin Holloway. And Mr. Holloway, a little behind him. Great catch, short of the goal line. No problem, though. Melvin Brown, get him down there. He'll punch it in for you. 7-0. Warriors in front on the road. Still first quarter. How about special teams? Warriors back to punt. Blocked by Grassfield's Austin Chapman. Recovered by Alex Hernandez. Mr. Hernandez up the sideline. Good run back. Puts his team in great field position. They take advantage. Landon Curls would sneak it in to tie the game up at 7 apiece. Go to the second quarter. Warriors deep in the red zone again. Douglas this time finds Karan Madison. That's a strike. Nansemond River really picked it up as the game went on. They win tonight 35-21. Indian River trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. Braves against Western Branch tonight. It was 14-7 at half when I showed up. Third quarter, Kamari Kirby toss it out to Travion Slaughter, and he does the rest. I thought I was going to get hit on the sideline. There was guys running me down, so I was trying to get out of the way. Slaughter scores 21-7. Still third quarter. Bruins with it. Derek Cook looking for Sage Green Sessoms. I thought I was going to get hit again. Spins out of 2 defenders. Heck of a play from Green Sessoms. 21-14. Branch fighting in this one. Go to the fourth now. Braves deep in the red zone. Ravon Moore, one cut, get vertical, short touchdown run. 28-14 Braves. And then later, Braves actually turned it over. The defense is on the field, and it's Andre Alexander that comes up with the big pick. That would basically put the game on ice. Braves scored once more, 34-14, the final in this one.
Still to come on Friday Night Flights, we head to the Peninsula where the Hampton Crabbers were trying to do something that no team has done yet this season, and that's test the Warwick Raiders. That and more as Friday Night Flights rolls out.
We're the Tallwood cheer team, and welcome back to Friday Night Flights!
Shout out to the Tallwood cheerleaders tonight who were awesome in their game. Really brought the energy. They honored 7 seniors tonight. Congrats to them. All right, to the Peninsula District. Undefeated Warwick Raiders rolling once again this season. They've surrendered just an average of 3.5 points per game. I'm laughing because that's crazy.
But their opponent tonight was a tough one. The 6-2 Hampton Crabbers, who were trying for their 3rd win in a row. Longtime Crabbers head coach Mike Smith was taking this one in. First quarter, Warwick already up 14-0. This is the culmination of a short drive as quarterback Saeed Williams Jr. sneaks it home. Raiders up 21-0. Later in the first, Warwick finds itself with the ball again. Williams, a beautiful pass to Dakota Broadus, who's a big target in the back of the end zone for the score. 28-0 Warwick, and they just were not taking their foot off the gas. Second quarter, how about some defense? We know, Craig, we just talked about it. This defense is really good. Here's quarterback Marcus Chapman for Hampton. Tries to get it out, and Jay-Sean Disney saw it, and it was a pick all the way. Crabber's offense just not able to get anything going in this game. Later in the quarter, Saeed Williams keeps it again, but this time,
there he goes.
From 60 yards out, and no one's touching him. He's showing off the wheels here. Scores again, 35-0. Toward the end of the half, it's going to be Williams spreading the field to Julio Corrector for another easy touchdown through the air. The Raiders winning big, 9-0 on the year.
Corrector had 3 touchdown catches tonight. Wow. Big night. Darlene Stadium last night, Bethel was hosting Denbigh. Bruins leading 7-0 in the first quarter. Patriots quarterback Kevin Parker Jr., read option keeper, and this is a 65-yard house call, the equalizer. Former player of the week for us. He does a lot for this team. 7-7 ball game. Under 4 minutes left in the first. Derek Fisher, read option keeper of his own, and no one is home. Walk-in touchdown for him. 14-7, Bethel in front. Second quarter now, after the Bruins come up with an interception, handoff to Maury. Watch him wiggle his way out of this tackle, dragging defenders, and give him 6. 21-7, Bruins leading. Ensuing kickoff. Parker Jr. back there for Denbigh. Plays quarterback, plays DB, returns kicks. This is like one of those old Devin Hester returns, weaving in and out of traffic, and he is gone. 85 yards to the end zone. Bethel was still leading 21-14. Heck of an effort from Parker Jr. Bruins, though, too much to handle. You see the handoff to Prier here. Bethel wins last night 70-14. All right, staying on the peninsula, but moving over to the Bay Rivers districts, where last night one team was trying to stay undefeated.
We're talking about the Bruton Panthers, who have been rolling this season, but last night in Williamsburg, York gave the Panthers all they could handle in a district matchup. We showed up in the third quarter. Game was tied at 6. It was a defensive battle here. Here we go. Bruton quarterback Ashton Bell hands the ball off to our former player of the week, Darren Banks-Harold, for a decent run there. Game still tied at 6 in the fourth. Bruton kicker Aiden Smith, this is a big one. 31-yard go-ahead field goal for the Panthers. This was huge in a game that had a low-scoring affair. A little bit later, York tries to convert on 4th down, stuffed by the Panthers defense. You see everyone pointing in their direction. Who's got it? Bruton's taken over. Bell keeps it himself, runs it all the way on the left side of the field for a huge gain. Running back Peter Henderson tries his best to make it into the end zone, but is stopped by the Falcon defense. Bruton, though, escaping with a big win, 9-6 to stay unbeaten. Smithfield and Warhill both taking the field at Wanner last night in Williamsburg. First quarter, the very first play for the Packers offense. Of course, it's Kenye Martin.
He's dangerous.
Yes, he is very dangerous, and this is a touchdown all the way to the house. Smithfield goes up 7-zip. Second quarter, Warhill quarterback Devin Price hands off to running back Eric Crane. Fumbles the ball in the end zone, but the officials say he crossed the goal line first, so we got a tie game. Still second quarter. Packers back on offense. Cameron Ward. Who's he going to find, Craig?
Martin. Throw it to him.
Give it to Kenye and just see what he does. Big gainer here for Kenye, tackled at the 35. Later on the same drive, Martin would find the end zone for a second time. The Packers win 31-21. We'll be right back.
The marching Comets of Granby High School riding high after a 7-6 win over Norcom to stay undefeated tonight. Other scores to tell you about: Deep Creek beats Great Bridge 42-27. Hickory over Lakeland 45-8.
Lansdowne falling to Ocean Lakes today, plus Bayside 22-10 win over Kellum.
Also 40-34, Churchland over Lake Taylor. Manor 34-24, first win over the season.
And Woodside taking over on Kickintan, and Gloucester falling to Heritage 21-14.
Also, Lafayette beats Jamestown big. Tab beats Grafton 21-12. All right, guys, Friday Night Flights is rolling along. I'm Craig Loper. He's James Cantado. Have a great night.